Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 16th to the 30th, 2020 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Now let's let the bull sing as we see what the tarot has to say. All right. Aries, November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, fantastic. And one bonus card. Okay. Let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, goodness. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting off here with grounding the Earth Star Chakra. And I'll get into these in just a moment. Personal power. This is the solar plexus chakra. And we have meditation, the crown chakra. So we're going to turn over the cards and then go a little bit more in depth to the chakra energy that's coming up. The left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we have the 7 of water, the 7 of cups, the star card, which is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. We have patience, which is temperance. This is Sagittarius energy, November 22nd to December 21st. And then we have the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands. We have the Tower, the 6 of water, the 6 of cups, call, which is judgment, and the wheel of fortune. The 9 of water, the 9 of cups, the 8 of water, the 8 of cups, the fool, and the ace of earth, the ace of pentacles. And your bonus card is the 6 of air. I really like that. That's really quite beautiful. So let's take a moment and talk about your chakra energy. We start off with grounding. Now, the grounding is important because we have a looking at the higher self and patience coming in, as well as a tower time around our hearts, either meaning that we've gone through great change or we are going through great change. And this could be a time that's lasted for 16 years. Here, it can be a time that's lasted for 4. But we need the soil around us to be replenished. We need to dig our roots in deep and say, this is who I am. The Earth Star Chakra is saying, this is who I am. I'm grounding myself in my truth, in my power as I move forward. Because the weight gets too heavy. If the roots are shallow, you won't stand as tall. It's kind of like a willow, right? A willow tree bends and sways really nicely. All right, and the branches break off when, the winds get too much and it's like they're weaker, but their roots are very shallow. And here, it's like you don't want your roots to be shallow. You want oak roots. You want roots that go deep, deep, deep down to embrace your prosperity, to embrace your success, to embrace the storms that you have to weather. And so here you're being more discerning with the energy that you're taking in, okay? With the energy that's around you, and you are embracing a prosperity, a power that is a part of you, to ground yourself deeply and to move yourself forward in prosperity and in abundance. That's where you're claiming your personal power. It's like, be patient. Be patient. You claim your power. You have these blessings coming in. There's a sense of leaving the past behind and starting a new journey. And so the solar plexus chakra here is like, follow your gut. Listen to what your inner self is saying, what you truly desire, and know that you are moving forward in empowerment, moving forward in a real sense of justice to yourself, because there is a real sense here of movement, of something crumbled in order for something new to be rebuilt, or to be built in its place, or to be built somewhere else where you were being held down. And now there's power around you, and you're embracing that personal power with determination, with dignity, with this fire of self. And that's really cool. And then we have meditation. So the crown chakra. While you are meditating, while you are connecting with your heart, your soul, yourself, because this light here connects with the inner you, right? You need to quiet out the rest of the world. Aries, it is going to be so easy for you to look at dreams and desires and what everybody else wants of you, and the way that you're thinking you should move forward, and the way that you may move forward, and get caught up in the future of it all and get bogged down by the past of it, that you forget the present. And that's what meditation here is crowning you with. It's crowning you with the glory of the moment. Even if it doesn't seem like there's anything glorious about it, there's the glory of the moment that's moving you forward in power, in determination, and in peace of self, connecting you with your heart. Whenever the crown chakra comes up, it's like, what is your crown? What is the crown that you are putting up upon your head that is blessing you, that is moving you forward? Okay, that is breathing this light and this life into you. All right, and let's see. Ooh, no, wrong cards. There we go. And let's see the people who will aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Aries? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Who are the people who will aid Aries? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting off here with the moon. Now, this is a Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. This can very well be a Pisces, or someone who either you have contact with either in real life, or through media one way or another that has you facing fears, that has you looking at things and questioning things more deeply. And it's like you are breaking out of a fear-based way of being, a place of lack, a place of doubt, a place of feeling overwhelmed. And this person is helping you, and they may not know you. So it can be through a book that you're reading, it can be through a movie that you watch, it could be through a podcast, it could be through, YouTube, anything, where you're sitting there and you're like, oh, that's what was holding me back. And it has you face this fear in a very real way. You feel it deep down in you. It's like, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't possibly move forward that way. Oh no. And you hold yourself back. And this is saying, why? Why? If not now, then when? If not you, then who? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a person, and remember, they don't have to necessarily be just Earth sign energy. This is a person whose vibrational energy you get along with very well. Okay, you feel very comfortable with them. This is also a person who is practical, down to earth, okay, can be a little bit rigid in their way of seeing things. I'm just hearing somebody say, like, well, if you can't see it, I can't help you, kind of thing. And so it's a little bit funny because they're so intense. And there's power, there's initiative. They help you see the connections in things that you hadn't seen before. And that's going to be a really great way because it grounds you. You absolutely have the passion, Aries, and and you always will. But this person grounds you. This person helps center you. This person helps you see the greatness that is around you. All right? And as you fly, they're the tether that helps, kind of holding you down, holding you in alignment with where you want to go instead of getting sidetracked from things during this time. And then we have the Princess of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Again, this does not have to be relegated to just those signs. This is a person who's very sweet. This is a person who cares astoundingly deeply. This is a person who gives of the waters of inspiration, of like this creative presence, okay? It's a sense of almost like visions coming forward. And they share their ideas and their ideals, and they have this way of pulling people in. And this person, most likely a she, but it doesn't have to be, has this way of pulling you in, of helping you see, and being there in kindness and in compassion and in understanding for the progression forward. And that is pretty beautiful. It's a younger energy. It can be somebody who's either young or who is a young soul, all right? Or just has this innocent grace to them. They could have been through the muck and the mire more than you know, but they have a way of keeping this purity of heart. It's really quite beautiful. And we start here with the Seven of Waters. The Seven of Cups is looking at your dreams. It's looking at what you desire, and it's bringing it to the table. It's saying, I'm not going to keep these dreams on the back shelf anymore. I'm not going to be hiding away or hidden away. I am moving them forward, and I am empowering me. And that is something that's going to be a very big deal for you during this time, because you're looking at what you wish for. You're looking at your soul's wish, and it's like, wow, why not? Why can't I? I need to. I need to move forward following my soul's wish. And the soul's wish is not the same as the I cross my fingers and wish upon a star type of thing. It is embracing your soul. It's embracing the essence of yourself. It's embracing your beauty. And it's divinity looking deep down inside of us. And so here you have these beautiful dreams that you keep on the shelf. Why? Because they're too precious. And the world is an icky, nasty place, right? And if you bring your dreams to the forefront of everything, then people can stomp on them. It was like Frank Sinatra said, some people get their kick stomping on a dream. If it was true then, it was true then, it was true way before that, it's true now. And so here, we keep our dreams sacred and we keep them safe. But divinity is seeing something within us, seeing deeper. We're looking at the highest form of man's perfection. Think, if you've ever been out, especially like to the desert or something like that, and you've looked up at the night sky where there's no lights, and you see these stars, this unbelievable expanse of pure and utter beauty. It's astounding. It's humbling. And so it's the highest form of man's perfection. Our ancestors, when there were no lights or when there were only lanterns in the street, and even then it was polluted a bit, they looked up at the stars and saw something so great that it can hardly be imagined, that made them feel so small within the cosmos, within the existence, that they became gods. They gave them names. They made stories from them. They charted their pathways, their waterways with them. They built the great pyramids to them. There is something great here, a dream that has been held within your heart that starts to come to the forefront. It might not come all the way. It might just be that you're thinking about it more. And yes, sometimes you have to take the bull by the horn and just go for it. True. But other times, you need to become so comfortable with the dream being part of reality that when you make that beautiful transition, it becomes a powerful place for you. And here you're looking at greatness. You're looking at your own greatness. And divinity is seeing greatness within you. And you have to be patient, which is nothing that we like at all as human beings. We don't like patience. We like things yesterday. As soon as we think of something, as soon as we dream it, we want it to be. And so here, it's temperance. In the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's the Sagittarius energy, of course. It's a pulling people towards you and together. But it's a being patient with you, with what you desire, with what you need, with where you're heading, with the bigger picture that you're seeing, with what you're planning for yourself. Patience. Patience is needed because what you are doing is you're expanding your soul. Here, you have a clock on her chest, over her heart. And so there's patience there. It's like, okay, be patient. Be patient, it is not yet time. And as we move forward, and in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's very interesting because the star card pours, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it pours the water out into the world. The temperance card pours the water into your world. It goes from cup to cup to cup. Never spilling, never emptying. Which that's a big thing. If you've ever sat there and poured water from one cup into another, you lose the water. It just spills out ever so slightly. Over time, it's gone. And so here, these waters are adding to your emotional self. These waters are adding to your practical self. And the patience here, as you pour them in, is expanding your compassionate understanding, is expanding the depth of your heart. Think of it very much like the mind. We only use a small portion of our brain. So I think of the temperance card as in using more of your brain, using more of your soul, using more of yourself, being inspired through the day, through the night, as you move forward. And it brings you to the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands here is a light of inspiration, right? But it's also burning away what is no longer needed. If you already have it within you, why do you need to carry it? The 10 of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a person bowed down with the weight of carrying all these wands, with the weight of the burdens that they carry. It can be trying to ease the load from everybody else. It can be trying to, hold your dreams so tight and not letting them really alight with the fire that you need. Here, you are lighting that fire. You are moving yourself forward. You're sitting there and saying something has to go. And this has to be. And it empowers you. It moves you forward. You're ending a cycle that weighs you down, a cycle that makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't. But it's also a cycle that had you, and you have the repeat of the number 10. And the repeat of the number 10 is, is the end of a cycle, and it's a new season coming. So it's a sense of embracing your passion, embracing your fire, embracing your determination, okay? This is what you want. This is who you are. These are dreams, and this is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. And your heart is crowned by a tower time. Who in this world has not been through a tower time? With everything that has been going on and everything that we have gone through. And the tower crumbles. It does. But the tower stood. So it's a change that leaves a big impact on ourselves. It leaves an imprint on our hearts, our souls. For me, the tower is divinity saying you have to get out of your comfort zone. And divinity kicks you out of the nest. It's like a baby bird. It's like all of a sudden you're just flying away. And so here, it's that sense of there needs to be this change. There needs to be this power. There needs to be this understanding. There needs to be this determination, right? And you might be sitting there and saying, Dane, it has been one thing after another for 16 years or better. And believe me, I understand. I completely understand. Where you sit there and you're thinking, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of this. I need to live my life in joy and in harmony. And that's why you have the Ten of Pentacles here. Because at the root of your inner self, it's like, I cannot carry this anymore. Nor, quite frankly, do I want to. And so I release. I make ash. I turn it to ash. And let the wind carry it away. Because my life has been filled with enough change. With enough heartbreak, with enough pain, with enough destruction and sorrow and disaster. And I've tried and I've fought and I fight. But the tower always makes me think of the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Because they tried through force. There's never once said in that rhyme that Humpty Dumpty was an egg. When we try to put people together through force, you will get better, you will do this. It doesn't work. They need healing, they need love, they need caring. And that's what we need for ourselves. We've been pushed out of our comfort zone. We've been walking out of our comfort zone for an astoundingly long time. It is time to embrace the love, the joy for ourselves, and to begin to heal, to see that because we have withstood this tower time, because we have embraced the change that divinity has kindly or not so kindly thrust upon us, we no longer need to be tempted by the past. The Six of Waters, the Six of Cups. You have a repeat of the number 6 here. And this is the most caring, the most nurturing of all the numbers. And so here, with the Six of Cups, there's a sense of a reminiscence. There's a sense of, well, maybe I can go back. And I don't know if you've ever tried to go back to the way things once were. If you ever tried to walk backwards. It's sad, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't. You can't recapture the innocence, the beauty, the way things once were. And it's kind of like when you go back to your childhood home or something like that. And it's just not the same. And it's a hard realization. It is. But it's a powerful truth. And so here it's saying you will have a very strong urge within your heart because it was a more familiar time, a kinder time, a gentler time in your own development and grace. And there's a part of you that wants to go back. It doesn't have to be to your childhood home. It can be back just to a time where things were happy, where it was easier, right? And the star here is saying wishes are coming true. There's a longing for your heart to go back. There's something beautiful that you have known. And there's a change that's coming, that's leading you towards it in the present day, okay? In this time. And though it has a comforting feeling as the past did, it's not the same at all. And it won't be. And it brings you to call. It brings you to your angels calling you, resurrecting you from doubt, from despair, from anger, from upset, from upheaval. This is judgment. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is the angel Gabriel blowing his trumpet, raising people from their coffins. And that is exactly what is happening. You are rising up. in a new power, in a new grace, in a new beauty, in a new purpose. And your angels are with you, guiding you, supporting you, blessing you. And you are empowered. Empowered in a way you didn't think you could be. Empowered in a way that felt out of reach before. And you rise. You rise in harmony of self. You rise breaking the box, okay? Breaking the confines that you were once in. And as you do so, you enter into a new season. You enter into a new time. Now, will you feel like you are on a roller coaster ride? Yeah. You'll have your highs, your lows, your lefts, your rights, and sit there and be like, what the heck is going on here? But there's power. There's power to you, and grace and elegance and eloquence and determination. And so you ride that storm. And you enter into a new season. You enter into a new being. You embrace a powerful, beautiful you. And it brings you to the public arena, being crowned by the 9 of water. The 9 of water is the 9 of cups. It's a blessing that's easier for others to see than it is for you to see in yourself. It is beauty, it is brilliance, it is radiance, it is wishes coming true. You have here 3 cards that really do identify with wishes coming forward and wishes being brought into this world, into your life, into yourself. And it's in your inner self, and it's in the public arena. So the wishes are also the dreams. So we have that with the 7 of cups, right? And then we have the soul's desire with the star. And we have this beauty, we have this grace, we have this sense of a depth coming forward with the 9 of cups, with the sense of there is more out there than I know. And I'm not giving myself the credit that I deserve because I'm being held back. And there is a sense here of, by not seeing your own beauty, Aries, by pushing harder, by thinking, oh, well, that's not good enough, oh, that's an excuse, or oh, this or that, you are doing yourself a disservice. Others see this light. Don't think they're crazy for seeing it, okay? And don't walk it away. Like, don't walk away from it. Embrace it. Because as you embrace it, you're walking away from what you once thought you would love. There's an ending here. And it's a severe ending. Because the 8 of cups is walking away from what you once thought you would love as this blessing comes forward. And you might have thought, oh, I'd be here forever. Like, oh, I would do this forever. And you're realizing, no, I won't. It doesn't fit anymore. It isn't right. It's like when you have a really nice pair of shoes. This is how divinity always shows me the 8 of cups. It is that really nice pair of shoes that you go to put on, that were your favorite. They were always super comfortable, okay, super nice. And they don't fit anymore. And you wear them anyway because you're like, no, they have to. It's just like weird. My sock has to be in the wrong place or something like that. And they hurt all day. And you're like, what the heck? And you try them again and again, and they still hurt. Do you keep them or do you give them away? Do you keep walking down the path that isn't right, that hurts, or do you turn away? And the 9 of cups, well, that's a wishing well. That is a wish being sent into the world and a beauty being seen. And as this beauty comes forward, as you are surrounded by these gorgeous diamonds here, this treasure chest of wonders, which is what you're being surrounded with, a treasure chest of beauty, of wonder, of grace, of what you desire. You have the Fool. Now, it's very interesting. It says, patience, you resurrect from when you were once stuck. And you move forward. You begin your hero's journey. Now, the Fool, there is a fear here as you're moving forward in the public arena. It's like, am I making a fool out of myself? You might be. Like, we all tend to make fools out of ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that, though our egos tend to think there is. We tend to sit there and regret things that happened, 10 years ago, and think, oh my gosh, I should have done that differently, or 5 years ago, or especially if it's recent. It's like, oh my gosh, I should have done that differently, and we play it over and over again in our mind. All right, so you made a fool out of yourself, or you think you made a fool out of yourself. Nobody else sees it. But it is time for you. You're answering another call. It is, once again, the call of angels. It's to move forward on your path, to sit there and understand that people will think you are foolish, will not understand, will question, will doubt, will fear. But it's time for you to walk forward. It's time for you to walk forward in your grace, in your determination, in your dedication, in your fire and power of self. Because though the fool is afraid that they are making a foolish decision, every person who begins their hero's journey is a fool, walks a foolish path, thinks that for some reason they could be different than others. For some reason they can change things. And the fact of the matter is, they can, if they believe, if they are determined enough. And it doesn't mean that you are going to become a movie star or a rock star or, win the lottery and everything's going to be magically, happily, ever after perfect. It means that you are answering a call that divinity has shaken you in your heart for and pushed you out of your comfort zone. And things have changed. And there isn't that ability to walk backwards. And I know it's sad. I do. Because there is a sorrow. Oh, I'm getting emotional here. There is a sorrow over the Six of Cups that makes you think, but wouldn't it be good if we just could? If we could just go back just a little bit. When life was a little bit easier, where it made more sense, where things were safe, where I wasn't so scared or upset or felt so alone. But your angels are guiding you. And a new season comes. There's beauty on the horizon. And there's treasures before you. There just are. It's easier for other people to see it around you than it is for you. You're beginning a new journey. You're leaving what doesn't fit anymore. And you have to be the hero of your own tale. You have to answer that call. It is a have to. And it doesn't mean that this is fame and fortune and just absolute unimaginable wealth. Though, I guess it would be cool if it was. The wealth part would be really nice, right? But everything else seems like a big headache. This is a moving forward. This is embracing the reason why you're on this earth. And as much as we would love it to be for riches and glory, a lot of times there's a quieter, gentler, more serene reason. And it's saying, okay, well, if my life purpose isn't to be a rock star, then what is it? And a lot of times that's a really big question. Not a lot of times, that is a really big question. I'm under the firm belief that we learn who we're not much easier than we learn who we are. And so by being the hero of your story, by taking the bull by the horns and saying, this is me, this is what I desire, this is what I need, this is how I'm moving forward, you start to realize you a bit more. Because when you say, this is me, you say, I know what I'm not. And so, by deduction, I'm learning who I am. I'm seeing who I am. I'm embracing who I am. And that's what you're doing. You're starting the hero's journey. And it doesn't matter how old you are, though we think it does. We think life has a timestamp on it. Well, okay, so life does have a timestamp on it, but that things have to be accomplished at a certain time, a certain way. The world has told us that. It doesn't mean it has to. You're setting yourself free. And you are moving forward. And it brings you to the Ace of Earth. It brings you to God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of prosperity, handing you a gift of abundance, handing you the seeds to plant that start to change your world, that start to bring in bounty, okay, that start to move you forward in a rooted success, like a deep down in your bones success. And because we don't have a court card of the pentacles, okay, of earth, it isn't necessarily assured that you take this gift, all right? And that isn't saying, and that isn't negating that as you move forward, this gift comes to you. What this is saying is that It can take longer than anticipated. All right? And there is always the option to walk away from it. And you might say, why would you walk away from a gift of prosperity, a gift of bounty, a gift of wealth, or what you value as much as money? That makes no sense. Sometimes we don't know that it's a gift. And sometimes the gift scares us. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm doing? Like, are you kidding me? I can't do that. And the fear comes in. And we start to turn away. We have to realign our minds, realign ourselves to be a success. And it doesn't have to be, this worldwide success. It's a success within our own world, within our own selves, to take that seed, to plant that garden, to know this truth, and to be proud of it, and to be, the king of our world, because the stag is the king of the forest. Your bonus card is the Six of Air. You're taking all you have learned, and you are moving forward. Inspired, determined, dedicated. Is it scary? Absolutely. Do you know which way the wind will blow and how the ship will sail? No. But you've worked darn hard for this. And it is well earned and much needed. Let's go deeper. Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And then let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Aries needs to be mindful of? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Who are the people Aries needs to be mindful of? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Who are the people Aries needs to be mindful of? November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start off here with the Queen of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be a person that you're very drawn to. Why? Fire sign energy calls to fire sign energy. But this person is, they're too much. They burn a little bit too bright. And they can have these mood swings where they're really great and they're really fun. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Just stop. Just stop. Just step back. Like, calm yourself and center yourself and what the heck is going on here. So this is a person you need to be mindful of because they have a way of pulling you in, okay? And having you kind of get caught up in their drama and then just attacking. And that's just not cool. Now, again, these don't have to be people that you know in real life. It can be, somebody that you are like really invested in their story in one way or another. And it's like, it's too much. You're going way too deep down that rabbit hole. Justice. Libra energy, a time frame, September 23rd to October 22nd. This is a person who can be kind of very letter of the law, just, which is not a bad thing. But justice also needs to be discernment of self. And they're like, no, it's this way. It has to be this way. It will always be this way. And it will not change. And that's just not you during this time. This is a time of great fluidity to you. Of great change, a great acceptance of self, a moving forward, an empowering, a understanding. And so here you can't really deal with that rigidness really well. Or Not that you can't deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. You can if you need to. Aries, you can do anything if you need to. But yeah, it's just like, okay, step back and lose the rigidity. Then we have the King of Wands. So this could very well be a couple, okay? Or some sort of soulmate connection between them. They play off each other really, really well. This could be the person. They could be, very in touch with their sacred masculine, very in touch with their sacred feminine, and you're sitting there and you're looking at them and you're like, what the heck is going on here? It's like a madhouse. Like one minute you're great, the next minute you're just not. You're angry and you're fiery and you're this and you're that, and it's like, whoa, stop. And so here, this is a person also who's not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. And that's a really great trait, right? And you're really drawn to that. You're really drawn to the fire sign energy of them. The passion, the determination, the longevity of their energy, but the drama is too much. It's almost beyond too much. So let's go deeper. So we have the Tower once again. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, Suspension, which is the Hanged Man. They all have a bit different names, so I'm putting them all back to the Rider-Waite-Smith references. Then we have the Seeker of Moon, which is the Knight. The Oldest One, which is a Taurus energy. And the Child of Spells, which is the Page of Wands, which is you coming through as a page, as a student. So we're going to start off with the Tower. You have the Tower crowning you in your heart, and now you have the Tower crowning you when it comes to your inner self. There is a change here. It's focused around your dreams. It's focused around what you desire. You've been pushed out of your comfort zone, and it's a sense of divinity saying, look at the bigger picture, or look at the greater knowledge that is around you and take it in. See where you stand with it. See where it stands with you. This is a deep, deep change. It resonates in your bones. All right? And it's like, oh, that's what I see. That's what I need. That's where I'm headed. And you might not know fully, but it's like, it's not here. You know that there's a change coming. Some of you might even feel like there's a storm on the horizon. It's not so intense as to be that. But there is, it can be for some, where it's just like, oh wow, the winds have blown me really far forward. And it's looking at your dreams, it's looking at what you desire, and it's saying, this change is not for nothing. There's a reason here. And it brings you to being a student of your prosperity, because it also has you looking at your dreams differently. And it can be that it's telling you, it's no longer time to hide away. It's time to bring them forward. And there's a resistance here. I can feel it. There's a resistance to this movement. But you come to things as a child would. Okay? Your patience is to come to things with these new eyes. To embrace prosperity, to embrace abundance, to embrace what you value as much as money. What would be a gift and a power to you. And as you do this, and as you have this patience, and you have this knowledge moving you forward, and you come to things with a child's eyes, with a beginner's eyes, as they say in Buddhism, you then have this releasing of the weight that you've been carrying that's felt like you are Atlas, okay, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But you have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is this change, okay, that moves you forward. But it's scary. It's like you've just entered a pathway. Here, she's being chased by wolves, and she's up a tree. It's like, oh, now I'm somewhere I didn't expect. But there's a reason. And that's the deeper part of all of this. There's a reason to this change that's moving you. There's a reason to all that you are seeing and all that you are becoming, because you have the Two of Wands here, which is the Two of Spells in this Enchanted Forest deck. And you have the Tower, and you have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is rather sad. There's a nostalgia to your heart that you need to be mindful of. You need to recognize it, accept it, but not let it rule, because it can very easily rule over things. And the Two of Spells is, the Two of Wands is beginning to see that you can do the impossible. Like, the world isn't going to hold you back and deny you and keep you. You're holding the world in your hand. And you're embracing knowledge, you're embracing understanding, you're embracing passion, you're embracing brilliance, you're embracing beauty, and you're moving forward. And it's like, oh wow, this is me. And you're starting to see that from what you had thought was broken nothing becomes enchanting everything. And it moves you to breaking the ties of the Four of Pentacles. And it's through your angels resurrecting you. It's through your angels empowering you. It's through you breaking out of the box that you see this vampiric energy, because the Four of Pentacles is my vampiric energy card. You see this vampiric energy and you say, no, you are not holding me back. You are not holding me down. You are not denying me. I am moving forward. And just if you do a visualization, a little meditation of this beautiful golden light around you, and cutting through that golden light with this broadsword, your angel's hands wrapped around your hands, your angel's rings wrapped around you as you're in this light. You cut through the light. And for a moment there is blissful silence, blissful nothing. And then the light comes back. But revel in that silence, that quiet for a moment. When the light comes back, it is without the impurities. It's without the negativity. You may have to do this every single day. Okay, twice a day, 3 times a day, as you're answering your call. And as you're leaving the negativity, the anger, the doubt, the fear, the jealousy behind. Because there's no place for it in your world. I mean, yes, you could sit there and say, oh, there's always a place for it. But there's no place for it in your existence, in your power forward. You don't want it anymore. You're not interested in that stupidity. The world is changing. A new season is entered into, and you see things differently than everybody else. And there's a part of you who thinks you're wrong, Aries. There just is. There's a part of you that thinks you're wrong, that thinks you have to look at things differently, that you can't possibly. It's like, no. There's power and there's brilliance here. Move forward in it. Move forward in the power and the brilliance of you. So what if you don't see things like them? Do not change. It's time to embrace who you are and not be someone you're not. It brings you to the seeker of boon, the seeker of prosperity, as you're surrounded by wealth, as you're surrounded by beauty, as you're surrounded by a brilliance that, again, is easier for others to see than it is for you. And as you walk away, you seek your prosperity, you seek your path. And then as you embrace your journey, you have to, with the Hierophant here, which is Taurus energy, April 20th to May 20th is the time frame, you have to listen to your rooted self. Listen to what is true for you. Not what is true for everybody else. What is true for you, Aries? As you move forward in passion, as you move forward in power, as you move forward in greater understanding, you cannot be what others want you to be. You cannot even be who you want you to be. If it's not authentically you, you have to walk away from it. This is realizing that the power of your authenticity surpasses the power of kings and emperors, surpasses the power of everyone else. And because if you live in your authenticity, you live in your truth, and eventually you live in your happiness. And you live with a sense of calm, serene purpose. And that is astounding. And that's the path that you are on to achieve that goal. And as you have this gift coming to you, okay, a gift that is taken as we go deeper, but not necessarily, definitively taken because it's not off the same deck. You see that you are a student of your passion, of your creation, of what you desire, of the way that you're moving forward, of the beauty that is you, the passion that gets you out of bed in the morning, the reason that you are succeeding and going and fighting and becoming. And you enter here a time of letting go of preconceived notions, of, of held, Spirit is saying prejudices, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in a bad way. It's kind of like, oh, I know this. It's like, oh, I got that kind of thing. It's like, no, you're shaking the Etch-a-Sketch and you're starting anew. And there's power in that. And there's power in you. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. November 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start off here with the fox spirit. Think on your feet. A lot comes at you fast, Aries. Think on your feet. And you're also going to be, it's not necessarily tricky, or it is a little bit, but there's a sense of you knowing the rules of the game a little bit better than those around you. And that's kind of cool. And then it brings you to the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. There is always enough. And there will always be enough. Don't come from the pauper mentality, okay? Or the place of lack that people are so quick to go to. There is always enough. And there will always be enough for you. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the snake spirit. It's time to heal. Aries, it is more than time to heal. It is time to shed an old skin and move forward in your power. Move forward in your truth. There is a profound and powerful change that is setting you free, that shakes things up and you might not be as happy with as if everything just went nice and smoothly, status quo. It's nothing bad. It's divinity stepping you out of your comfort zone and saying you wouldn't have taken this step without me. And you need to. I need you to. Your subconscious chakra message is truth. The throat chakra. We always think of the throat chakra as speaking. Here it is saying, speak your truth. Live your truth. Be balanced by your truth. It will guide you in astounding ways. Your subconscious people message is the Princess of Pentacles. You're being a student of your prosperity, a student of your bounty, a student of the connections that are coming and the way that you want to move forward. Your subconscious tarot message is the Messenger of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles. This is definitely taking that gift that divinity is giving you. You have the same card right here from the other deck. You are a student, you are a defender. You are the defender and a guard is the same thing, of your prosperity, of the way that you want to move forward, of the bounty that is coming to you, of more. And it's slow and steady movement, which gets you kind of annoyed at times because this is the slowest moving night and you are the second fastest moving night. So the energy level and the speed isn't quite what you want it to be, but it's a solid and beautiful foundation and you are building off of it and you are building an empowerment. And it leads you then to go deeper into your subconscious. And you have the Lovers. Gemini energy, time frame May 21st to June 20th. This is embracing what you love in life. This is embracing your love, your passion, your glory, your truth. This is falling back in love with life. And this is most definitely the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine being a part of you. And there's beauty here. There's sensuality coursing through you. There's brilliance becoming you. And there's a sense of embracing and diving into the sensual pleasure of life. It could be sexual, most definitely, but it can also be enjoyment of the finer things, of the things that bring you joy, that make you feel decadent. And as you embrace this, you move forward. You move forward with a sense of love and passion and beauty. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we face this change, as we move forward, knowing that divinity is placing us on a course to achieve our dreams, to go after our goals, to begin our hero's quest, and to become so much more than we ever thought we would be, but not more than we ever hoped for. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries.